What's good, YouTube, and welcome to the house. The entire community is freaking out over our foxy boy. Gizmek Uka has gone to $40 overnight, and people are going, why? What's happening? Why is this so good? It actually is going to see play in the metagame, and let's discuss the reasoning. So whenever your opponent goes into Halifibrax, Needle Fiber, whatever you're gonna call it, if a monster is special summoned from the main deck, you special summon this card. Then it's able to actually target a face-up monster they control, so a water monster, and summon something with the same attack and defense. That's going to be Barrier Statue of the Torrent, which is still actually chilling on its price, but starting to get looked at by a lot of people for this combo. You can see that's the lowest near mint, and then the ones over $2 start to disappear pretty fastly. Like, you still have your opportunity to get these if you don't happen to have them. Penny stonk, if you will. Gizmek Uka, however, with the Barrier Statue, is going to lock your opponent into waters only, and if they're turn 1 comboing, that's pretty devastating, isn't it? They now don't really have ways to deal with that Barrier Statue if you've established it. They can go up into like Area the Water Charmer, which is actually what you'll have to be playing with this combo to get yourself out of it with your two monsters. The only real way to stop this, it feels like, is to Ash Blossom it. Once you've established those monsters, you can't infinite impermanence the Barrier Statue. You're not really able to take care of it. So within this metagame, this is seeming like a way to respawn and just straight up stop them. Now, the viability, you are playing a brick, but at least if you draw both together, you can still special summon it from the hand, and I do think it's a cute way to slam anybody running that deck. It's not like Area's gonna get you out of that lock when you go up into her, like, and if you are going second, basically, like, it ends up, when this is played on you, well, you can at least just attack the Barrier Statue with the Halifibrax and go, okay, we're out of here. But yeah, that's why this is going up in price. And I want to talk about Eternity Code real quick as this does get bought out here early. I get there's 2 releases, so the supply feels choked, and we still don't know the USA ratios, and if they're going to be like the EU where there is no shorting at all, but clumping is very present. So when it comes to this set, there is so much estimated value pulled, even with the shorter ratios, that people are chasing after pieces here and there, and there's still so few sellers on the US market. A lot of these prices I still think are going to tank. It's the Dark Neostorm effect. Everything was so good that, well, you can't have all of it be money, because there's only 2 ways this can go. The sealed product sells out and skyrockets in price, and then that justifies, you know, these different prices here, or there's just enough of it that people start going, okay, I have these extra cards, I'm gonna start selling over here. The market's truly in this crazy cycle right now, but not all of these cards can be worth so much. The waifu tax in a core set, you're telling me that's gonna last? Okay, maybe I believe you. I've been wrong on the Dragon Maids before, but not all of these cards can be $20+ secrets. Not all of these cards can just stick up there and stay there, in my opinion. But let me know what you think about Eternity Code. I did an opening yesterday, feels too good to be true, and versus the prices right now, it still definitely feels that way to me, and I don't think it can stick. So I think a couple of cards will continue to go up, and the rest of them are going to flatten out and go down for a while before the actual buyouts are able to stick. Speaking of buyouts, Starlight Rare Apollosa is now almost $1,000. I did not see this one coming during this time, but I want to have a general discussion with you guys on what's happening with the market according to multiple stores I've talked to. With the stimulus checks, a lot of people got extra disposable income. The market went initially crazy from that. That then caused a lot of stores to become cash rich and card poor. In this business, if you are dealing online, you want to have an inventory for your customers, and you don't want to not be listing. You don't want to sit on a pile of money and have it making nothing, and this is a really insane market. So the stores are then buying from online, including other stores, and it's becoming this vicious cycle of now this store is cash rich and card poor, and that's happening time and time and time again, and you're seeing all sorts of collectibles, including modern ones, just fly off the market and inflate to ridiculous prices. In fact, when we're talking Starlight Rares, almost all of them seem to be insane stonks. All of them as a whole have been going up during this time for the most part. Like, even the ones that are less desirable are getting targeted and focused and going up. Aruha, I do actually like when it comes to the Unchained. I like this a lot, and I told you guys, I noticed the rare going up, you know, Starlight's gonna follow. I'm trying not to say Prisma, by the way. I'm trying to fix that vocabulary, but all of the lower ones that weren't seeing any play are going that direction, and you still have motivated sellers despite this market. So if you see something you like, use that TCG player link in the description down below, costing you nothing extra, and supporting the channel directly for the cards you'd already be buying, especially when it comes to insane buyouts like this. I wish you guys would. Now, I think that, again, with Eternity Code and everything happening, like, it's just crazy to look down these prices, though. Like, everything is money. That's just absurd to me. This can't last. I don't think it will last. And remember when Uka was called the worst secret of the set? But even the Ultras, I get there's less of all Ultras. I get there's less of everything. You still have the estimated value pull versus ripping open these cases, and you're going to see a lot more quantity come around June 8th when the USA should be getting this set in hand. Dual Overload has some interesting things happening. I've seen impermanence down to 25 this week, rebounding to 28. You have Verte Anaconda trying to chill here, and I think it will go up a lot further as we edge closer towards the Megatons, and people think about playing, he got a new name, the Red Eyes Dragoon got a new name. It's like Red Eyes Black Dragoon, but yeah, there's so much just potential within this set. You see Mecha Phantom Beast Auroradon towards 350, we've pointed out. I think Lib is still insanely and criminally underrated. You see Dengirsu starting to creep up, you know, solid 3 now from the 2 that it was at originally. Everything during this time feels like this is just one of those sets that we can look at the past ones and see rising values happened over time, and spikes did happen. I think there's going to be a lot of them coming for this set, and there's a ton of value to be had. So if you're looking at the ultimate penny stock set, look into Dual Overload and what's down there. OTS Pack 9 has multiple buyouts. If you recall Yu-Gi-Oh! History, if you don't, I'm here for you. This set was shorted. It got replaced on the OTS level by OTS Pack 5 because they ran out of it. It's pretty crazy. So we see that Trickster like Horus is getting targeted. Shizuku's been going up. Stratos towards 75 is kind of where he's been chilling comparatively. And then all the Mecha Phantom Beast tokens are getting bought out. I mean, yeah, you want your option of which one to summon with O-Line. Very understandable. I think this is pretty interesting to see. I did say that I thought these tokens were stonks. Again, the OCG versions of these tokens were so much from Japan during that format. People would be paying like 30 to 50 to try to import them and just have them for their deck and be the cool guy. Now you have them in a set, and there they go off the market. A token I think is pretty cool that people keep forgetting exists is Primal Being token, just because it's not called the Nibiru token, and you see it coming back to the market and chilling out under $2. So definitely a token I think will see some insane amount of play, although Adamanticators is making Nibiru look a little bit like a joke right now thanks to all the negation it has towards it. High Speed Roy Chambara, as we look at dinosaurs getting a bunch of traction. Some people choose to play this. It certainly does help OTK in a simplified game state with this and Conductor Tyranno. The highest rarity versions towards $10. You have your budget options, including a holographic, so it doesn't feel too bad to not get the secret rare. But if you've been hunting this down, you're a Speedroid player trying to max rarity, I feel sorry for you still. Here it is, going up in price a little bit. Now, this card I had no idea was this price. I have no idea why it's this price. The Sanctum of Parsat is towards $7. The sealed unopened structure decks are still available at $9 shipped to your front door. There's a ton of great cards in here, including Ties of the Brethren. There's, Chrysia. Eva, I think, has its only printing still in here and is a pretty incredible card. Like, this is not a bad structure deck, so if you think you can make actual sales rates somewhere around this price as it disappears from market, just bust open your structure decks, I guess. But if you have this laying around and you regret having this structure, you're like, Counter Fairies let me down, you got the Lenteo shades of, oh god, well, you have a card to sell that's actually worth some money that I didn't know was worth money. Magician's Souls is sticking in there, and we see the rest of the set, for what people were really chasing after, still kind of chilling out in price. The Dark Magician stuff is aging very, very well, and the Synchro stuff is also some penny stonks. You see some of it actually chilling back out for what it is. I've played against this multiple times on Dueling Book. This guy is a freaking beast. I do suggest getting him sooner than later, especially since he's chilling on his price a little right now. But this set is going to be opened a lot more with its unlimited printing getting to the USA, and then the EU will also have theirs hit shelves eventually. So do expect a lot more quantities, and maybe take your time deciding what penny stonks you want to head out of this set, or what pricey cards you want to get out of the set. Cross Sheep is up in price. Interesting note, iGas is not getting reprinted for some time, but I could still see Konami going OTS pack whenever OTS packs get back on track. Battles of Legend upgrade holographic, please. Something to bring a price equivalent to this, similar to what happened with the wolf in sheep's clothing that was very similar in price actually throughout its history, the Salomon Great Wolf. So this card is starting to trek back up over time as people are like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and need that for later. Psyframe Gear Gamma is a pretty decent price for both of its versions. I would go ultra rare if I can over the super, considering what's happened with Buyouts times and times again, if they're available around the $15 mark, which they are. So I would definitely be grabbing ultras as a playset over the supers if you're considering playing this. But Psyframe Lord Lambda is at one of its lowest points of all time. I get that you're not always making this, but turn one, you often will look at your Psyframes if you were forced to go first and end up, hey, I'm gonna make Lambda so that I can activate these from hands. Also, I still think the Spell Negation one, as we head towards 3 tactical talents, might be something very good to have access to alongside Lambda. So looking at this card, it's at one of its lowest points in history out of Battles of Legend only, and the Psyframe engine is very valued. I would get this sooner than later, and I would think about having ultras to protect your value in case a reprint does ever come for Gamma and say, I don't know, Battles of Legend. There's a lot of reprints that can happen in Battles of Legends. It seems like every live stream I'm saying, Battles of Legend or OTS pack, please give us this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation, and let me know about what you think. Also, check out YBM. They should be putting up singles soon, so that should be very interesting. I know they're going to have to do everything manually apparently, so it will be a slow process, but check out Yu-Gi-Oh! Black Market down below. You can use code What's Good 5 for singles as well, and it should be interesting to see how they price versus TCG player, considering there's no middleman, no fees versus that. So look forward to that for sure. Oh, also, Tier 0 is doing a big sale this month. Keep your eye out over there too. Code What's Good 5 will apply as well.